So, yesterday I was feeling so good because I had this collagen bar and I haven't had one since around 2015 and didn't quite taste the way I sort of remembered it. I remembered it being like gooey and collagen-like, but it wasn't anything like what I had tasted when I had first eaten it. But anyway, I had a splitting headache for the whole entire day. And then I had this bar and I was like, immediately it just went. And I don't know why. I thought, well, maybe my body, because I don't eat meat and I don't eat, the little bits off the meat, maybe I'm missing some collagen. And so I was like, maybe that's like what I'm missing. But then today I was like, it doesn't help that it's like frightfully hot. But today, like, it had once again, like, I feel kind of sick, got a headache, and I was like, oh, wish I had the bar to eat because I feel like crap once again. I felt this way last year too, and then I got a flu injection. It made me feel so much better. So despite the fact that, I felt better yesterday when I had a collagen, I think I also need perhaps my next dose of flu injections, because just in case, it's related to something else. But I don't know, just something about the injection itself, it makes me feel like really, really good. Like I felt really so good that I was smiling. So because it just has something that I probably desperately need. And I was like just like walking with very happy because it just immediately made me feel so much better. And that was like the same with this bar yesterday. It's like it immediately made me feel so much better, and I was like, so I could use another dose to make me feel a bit better. Doesn't mean I'm always going to feel better. I mean, it doesn't help that it's like probably around 32 degrees. And, I've so far lived every portion of it. Today, waking up like at 6 because, if I go to sleep and it's hot, I end up, feeling bad for sleeping in because I didn't feel any good. I wake up with not just a headache, like totally dehydrated and sweaty, so I woke up really early, and then I didn't go back to sleep, and then I went for a walk. True enough, I was distracted on my walk, so immediately my mind was off how I was feeling, and I was into more like saving the little life of a little caterpillar, which is doing pretty well. But now that I'm sitting in the house and stuff, it's like really hot and muggy. I'm dripping with sweat, and it's like, no wonder I've got like a bit of a headache, but I do feel like a bit off. I was like, I should have bought 2 of those bars because I still feel a little bit off, with a bit of a headache and feeling hot. So, but I felt so good yesterday. I was like, today it's all back to just feeling normal, just not so great. Anyway, that's why I'm doing some exercise right now, which is why I'm sort of bouncing while I'm talking. Because when I start feeling blue or moody, it's like the only thing you can do is exercise, when you're not staring at TV or a computer. I'm going through a phase where it's like I look at my computer too much, I look at my phone too much, I look at the TV too much. Like, if I'm not looking at my phone, I'm looking at a computer or a TV. And, we don't really go out very much. So besides going for a walk, I don't really do anything else but look at a TV, a computer, or a phone. So I think the combination of the 3 of them are just like, probably, it's just a little bit too much at the moment. But I have to get more interested in the computer because I have to look at housing and wonder what on earth I'm going to do. I've got 3 weeks to decide how things are going to be. My parent wants me to move to the country. I swear I don't want to move to the country. I'm telling myself I don't want to move, but then when I go towards looking at rentals and things, it's like, I don't want to do that either. So, I only want to live close by so I can at least pretend like I'm looking for work and go to interviews. But if I do that, I'm at risk of losing money, and I'm like, oh, I'm not really into losing money because I hardly ever work. But I just have to say, well, I haven't looked for every job in the city. Look for a lot more jobs. It's probably both a no good end. I'm really concerned about it actually, because unless I'm working in a specific field at jobs, I don't get treated very well. And then, but if I move to the country, I could end up being caught in a flood or attacked by a snake or have a cyclone visit the house and have to, scramble and grab onto trees to try and have trees almost fall on you. So either way, I'm putting something at risk, whether it's my money and, whatever, or just being caught in wildness in the wild country. So I think both have the risk. So I should probably do one and then the other, because usually I get kicked off the farm because my parent starts being a weirdo and they become unlikable, and then I go, oh, that's it, I'm gonna leave back to the back to the suburbs. And then I usually spend catch a taxi, spend $250 on a taxi to go scrounging around at rentals. And then I usually get one pretty quick, so usually. But yeah, I have to go online and fix up that online form, because it's not quite right. But yeah, but that's usually how it goes. But sometimes we've been going to, because we're going to this one spot which my parent likes, and they like this one area which they have never been able to live at. We've lived there like 5 or 6 times, and and they always get some sort of natural disaster, and they get told to leave, and then they're like, oh, I lost my money. So yeah, but I was originally going to go and stay a month to help them settle, help move their stuff around, and help do the gardens and stuff, just help them. Make sure that they're fairly safe in whatever area they are, but I didn't really feel like doing that this year, but I might still, because it's a little bit risky until they've living in a pretty good area, nothing much wrong should be happening. But I can do that on a weekend too, where I don't have to like move in with them and be like, oh, I'm gonna move in and move out in a month, so I don't really have to do that. I can just do that on a weekend and be like visiting and help them out. But I don't know, all common sense says just grab some freaking rental and stay close to the city and keep working on your own life. But then on the other hand, it's like I'm missing taking an extra holiday. I miss the sights of the country. I'm missing a good tubing experience, and so I don't know. But I'm going there this week to help them pick out another house, because they lost the one they wanted, and now they're on the scrounge for another one. Don't ask me what it'll be like. It sounds like it'll be on a hill somewhere. Everyone knows hills are the best and the worst. Some hills are the worst. Others are the best because at least they protect you from stuff. Sort of. And you got the views. They won't be moved off their views, their rake for interviews, but I personally think they might last 6 months, maybe a year. I'm not keen on winters there because I've always, summer's bad enough. It's freaking cold there, and it's like winter is like ice cold. And I swear they have some synthetic ice ray or something, because sometimes you're in houses like ice just, it's like Sub-Zero, touching the house with your finger. Ice just goes, and gets all over everything and freezes everything. So that's what we had an experience in one particular house. And really, you can just be gardening and your foot can stick to the lawn because it just freezes there, It melts with the sun, but once when we were living there, it's like I personally wouldn't go out of the house before 12 because that was the highest risk of, getting your boots stuck in ice. So I can only imagine. Last time, once when they were living there, they're like coming into the city areas because it's like too cold there. So yeah. So anyway, that's their decision. They want to waste their money, and then I think they're personally just going to waste their money, lose their house, and then move back in with their another relative. I personally think that's the swing of things, which is ironic because I think my relative is trying to, well, in a haphazard way, try to do everything that they can so that they end up with needing to be dependent on them because of exhaustion or something. It's like, and you're like going, well, I think both of them were trying to like damn themselves to each other. But that's just an inner thought. But for me, I'm just a problem. I just have my own personal problems, and it doesn't seem to go away. And I'm like having to go, okay, so my mind says this, but my will says that. It's like my mind's telling me, yeah, I'm moving to a rental, but my will is like, my physical body and my interest is just not moving towards it. It's like, oh, let's just wait, wait and see what happens. Wait to see what it's like on Tuesday, or wait to see the house, and wait to, it's like I'm just telling myself, my mind's telling me to hurry up and get my butt into a rental. But then, the rest of me, my instincts are like going, oh, just wait, just chill. and then my mind it's like, oh, we've only got 3 weeks to get my butt out and into someplace solid. And then, my will is like, oh, just wait, So I'm just like, I'm thinking one thing, and then, I'm finding myself sitting, so. Every time I rent, I waste 20 grand in 6 months, so